Hey guys, welcome to episode number 79. Today is Monday, so it's Update Monday. And I just wanted to focus on the mangroves for today because you just saw the fish and the turtles recently. I have purchased a tub here to keep my my water and my fertilizer solution. Got my Flora Nova hydroponics mixture here, and what I've done here is I've bought a container that's over 100 ounces, so I can do 2 weeks a mix, which should last me 2 weeks here. And for right now, the mixture is 51.5 ounces of water to 3.5 ounces of fertilizer. And as you'll see here, the fertilizer is a pretty dark color, even mixed with water. It's fairly dark. You see it's running through this tube here. I just cut a small hole in the top of this container. So the idea here is every 2 weeks I'll mix up some water and some fertilizer, and then my auto doser can pump it into the aquarium here, the 20-gallon aquarium. Now I did have to switch off the auto doser here because I did notice that it was leaking a little bit, and it was coming out a little bit faster than I had anticipated. So I think what's happening is there is a slow leak here. I don't think the silicone is doing the job because it is plastic to plastic, and you know the silicone, I guess, isn't bonding very well plastic to plastic here. So or at least plastic to tubing. And that's actually the same thing that happened up here. This is loose as well. This isn't as big of an issue, but it is leaking down here. So this tank is being dosed, even though the auto doser is off. It's just dripping slowly. But what I'll probably do is once this tub runs out of fertilizer, I'll flush everything with water a little bit, and then I'll let the auto doser dry out. And what I might do is just try like a zip tie or like a snap fitting or something here to close that leak off, and then call it good. Turn it back on, and I might do one more test to see how quickly the liquid is being dispensed, so that I can adjust my numbers and make sure that I'm not overdosing my mangroves, because the one thing I do want to avoid is overdosing. You know, if you do that, the plants are going to start to suffer. You know, your roots are probably going to die. Your leaves are probably going to start to brown or yellow, and you won't be getting the growth that you're looking for. You'll actually be burning your plants. And one way to avoid that is, you know, obviously to dose only the recommended dosage, and also to do a water change frequently, like once a week. Now you'll notice down here we've got some brown water, and before this was pretty clear, and with the addition of the fertilizer now you can definitely see that it's tinted brown, almost like a compost tea would look like. And that's the fertilizer just mixing in low doses with the water. So you definitely can tell that there are fertilizers in the water, which is great. And I have noticed that the plants have been doing fairly well with the fertilizer. I added 2 weeks worth over here a week ago, and you'll see the bucket's half empty. So I'm doing pretty good with my measurement here. But when this was leaking and when I first turned it on, I did do probably like 3 or 4 days worth of dosing in a single day, so it was a little quick to start out with before I shut it down. So I'll let it play catch up here for the next week, and then I'll fix this and get it all set and running again. But in the week that it's been up, I have seen a lot of new growth, and basically any of the leaves that you see here on the top level of all of these red mangroves are new leaves within the last week. And my one mangrove that's really growing tall is continuing to grow tall. I mean, it's only on its third set of leaves, but it's grown a good foot. So that's really good to see. And if you're interested in the different stages of development here with the leaves, you'll notice these set of leaves are pretty well formed, and this is the cone that comes out of the top, and that's kind of protecting the new leaf that's forming underneath it. And then what happens is it starts to unfurl like this. You know, it starts to get thicker, and it breaks open essentially. And that's what you see down here. So this is kind of the cone giving way, and the set of two leaves starting to emerge. And after that happens, I mean, it kind of looks like this, and then the leaves will pop out and look something like this. So that's good. You know, getting a new set of leaves on all of these plants within a week's time is a pretty good investment for just a couple ounces of fertilizer. So I'm going to go ahead and do my water change on this tank. I'm going to drain the tank. I'm going to dispose of all of the water in the tank. I'm going to fill it with fresh water, and then I'm going to continue to allow the auto doser to dose into it. And what that's allowing me to do is basically reset all of my trace elements, and you know, any of the nutrients that the fertilizer is dosing into the water once a week, to make sure that, you know, if I am overdosing, it's at least getting flushed out of the system, so that they don't just continue to accumulate faster than the plants can take them up. And as I did mention in an earlier video, I'm dosing on the low side right now because these are new plants, and I don't want to hit them too hard off the start. But I think they're doing well with it. One thing I might consider here is adding more light, actually. As these have grown so quickly, I had to pull these lights up so high that they're not providing really heavy coverage here to the lower leaves, and especially these black mangroves that are kind of sitting in the shade now, you know, being overshadowed by the red mangrove counterparts here. So I've mentioned trying to sell some of these off. You know, I think I'll start to post these locally to see if I can get any interest in buying them, to take some off my hands. Obviously, I don't have a very big grow bed here for them with this 20-gallon tank, but adding a few lights might actually help the rate of growth as well. You know, I'll probably keep some of the champions here. This nice big tall one, and you know, whichever ones have nice big leaves. I do want to keep 2 or 3 of them and see how big I can grow them. You know, obviously they'll grow into trees eventually, and I won't be able to keep them in this sort of environment. But once they are nice and big and healthy, and the roots are really well established, and you have a few sets of leaves, I have read people cutting the top set of leaves off, and allowing kind of side shoots to grow out, to try to keep them small, like you would a bonsai, and grow outward instead of upward. So that's something to consider. And so I think the next steps here are to fix my my auto doser leak for the second time here. Maybe add some more lighting. And one last thing that I have mentioned before is adding a fan to it, because that will help stop the rapid vertical growth and help with some of the horizontal growth. So that's what I'm doing for right now with the mangroves. I'm really impressed with my success rate here with the mangroves. I probably had about 100 to start out with, and I think I only lost about 10 of them, and most of those just didn't grow. And you're gonna have duds, no matter what. There's a couple here, like this one here, still hasn't grown. I'll check his roots out to see if they're growing at all. If they're not, I'll throw him out as well. But there are some late bloomers. I mean, there's one here that's just starting out. I don't know if it's ever going to make it, but there is a leaf poking out. And this one here is relatively new as well. Growing slow, but it's growing. So, I mean, we'll see. I guarantee you spreading these out at this point is probably the best thing I can do for them. And one way I can do that is to just sell some of them off. So exciting times. I love the red mangrove plant here. It's a very entertaining thing to grow. Very unique with the root structure, and it's a very helpful plant in the marine hobby. So looking forward to finding some of these new homes and growing a few of them out further. Alright guys, see you later.